Hello there, Lynx here, and as promised, a game from a dev that we played, I believe 2 games from this year, and, well, we'll play a few more, that's for sure. I don't know if this year, but, well, this definitely, from Salt to Sugar, yes. I don't know if others will be this year, we'll see. For now, let's sit up to this one and hopefully enjoy a Yuri story. Drowsy, Haruka slowly shoved her little sister off her body, sat up and proceeded to yawn and stretch. She gave a deep sigh. Yumi, how many times do I have to tell you? Don't jump on me when I'm sleeping. But you should get ready soon or else you're going to be late. Haruka looked at the time and realized that her sister was indeed right. Reluctantly, she gave in and got up and got ready. Nice outfit. It was her first day after all, and that meant she had to get, or should I say set, a good impression. The sun shone brightly through the kitchen windows, illuminating the meal that was waiting for her on the kitchen table. Haruka quickly chowed down on the delicious meal that her mother prepared and dashed out of the door. Thanks for the meal! And out she went. As she walked down the road, she saw her best friend Kaede up ahead and called out to her. Kaede! She stopped and turned around to find Haruka running full speed at her. Also nice outfit. Oh, Haruka, good morning. Kaede! Yeah, did you have cake for breakfast this morning? You seem to be high in spirits. Nah, just my usual self. Of course we're fun in high school, Kaede. We all know life gets spicier when high school starts. Does it? Does it? Right. Anyway, how's the cake decorating going? Gotten any better at it? Somewhat. I think I'm improving by the day, compared to when I started back then. I guess it comes naturally to you, since your parents own a cake shop. Must be nice, always having cake for breakfast. Lunch and dinner. Well, you say that, but that means she must be working out a sweat like crazy every single day. Don't forget the desserts too. Just be careful not to let all those fattening ingredients take the better of you. You wouldn't want to go on a diet, would you? I don't get fat. Right. Gee. Yeah, I can't imagine a diet like this being good. It would be nuts. Ridiculous. I don't know, maybe if you used actually like all the ingredients, like natural ingredients, right? Without additional sugar and so on. Then again, what am I don't know anything about baking. What am I saying even? I don't know how to make cakes. Quite literally, the only thing sort of related, would be the fact that I was capable of making protein bars on my own. That's it. I don't know anything about making cakes. Anyway, the entrance was crowded with new students and old students. The freshmen were visibly nervous as the upperclassmen bombarded them with club flyers and advertisements. That must be a Japanese thing, by the way. Haruka and Kade managed to sneak past the commotion, but of course without a couple of loud club members forcing papers on them as well. By the time they got to the doors, they were almost out of breath from all the bustling. I guess this was her workout.
Is it always like that on the first day? Gee.
At that moment, as she glanced around, she saw a familiar face.
Could it be?
But then Haruka was dragged away before she could get a closer look for a confirmation.
Let's hurry and find our homerooms before the bell rings. Don't want to be late for class on the first day, right?
By the way, I think I've said this before in one of the videos, but whatever. There have been so many videos that I can repeat that, to be fair. Lynx, so me, first day at university, right? I could not find the classroom for my first lecture. So I didn't attend the first lecture. Actually, no, it was a seminar, I think. Seminar? Yeah, no. I don't remember. Whatever, lecture. Let's say lecture. For I think we had the practical stuff back then. When with not necessarily it wasn't really programming yet. It was only sketching everything by hand on paper. So I missed this, the first one. Anywho.
We also have to find our way around this building too. Gee, I hate first days.
With her hopes dampened, Haruka followed Kade to find their homeroom on the board. Haruka hoped the girl really is who she thought she was. I don't know who exactly are you talking about. I have not seen her and it isn't really much of a problem, but I would not complain if I knew who you are talking about, girl.
Tell me your secrets.
Fortunately, Haruka and Kade ended up together in the same class. They swiftly found their classroom and took their seats next to each other. As they were sitting down, Haruka noticed the familiar girl from before. Coming through the door, she sat down across the room from Haruka, paying no mind to her intense glare.
That's the girl I recognized from before. If only I could remember her name.
As she thought that, the teacher entered the classroom and proceeded with their roll call. Each name was called out one by one, with each respective student responding with varying degrees of apathy. After Haruka answered the teacher's call, she returned her attention back to the girl across the room. The moment she fixed her eyes upon the girl, the teacher called another name.
Amai.
The female girl that Haruka could not place a name to raised her hand gracefully in the air.
Here.
Okay, that's not a voice for her, that's for sure.
Here. That name, I've heard it somewhere before. Oh, shh!
Before Haruka could finish her thought, the teacher concluded the roll call and began the first lesson of the day. The bell sounded at the end of the morning classes and the beginning of lunch. Haruka quickly decided to take this chance to find out if that girl, Amai-san, was really who she thought she was.
Hey Haruka, let's have lunch together. It will be our first lunch in high school. How exciting. Yeah, just a bit. I just need to find out if my intuition's right. Alright. Don't take too long or I'll eat your lunch too. Hey, you did it in front of me either way. Hey.
Kade just gave a bright yet mischievous smile. A smirk, you could say. Haruka stood up and proceeded over to Camille's desk, but when she looked to find her, her desk had been surrounded by a group of girls pestering her with praise and questions. She must really be the real deal, with that many people around her. Haruka, although slightly intimidated by this unforeseen obstacle, pressed forward with unbridled confidence. Mae! As she approached closer, Haruka could make out more of what the group of girls were asking.
Your hair is so pretty! What conditioner do you use? Do you have any personal stylist? You're half foreign, right? Where is your mother from? Wanna have lunch with us? We could talk gossip. What? These girls don't even know who she is. We're just talking about random girl stuff.
The three girls continued asking... I don't know either, to be fair. Yet. The three girls continued asking their assigned questions until Haruka couldn't tolerate their persistent ignorance anymore.
Oh my god!
The girls abruptly stopped chattering.
Do you really not know who she is? She's Amai Camille, granddaughter of the Jacques Fournier, a legend within the cake-making industry. She holds an entire legacy upon her shoulders, and all you three care about is her hair.
All the girls stared at Haruka in confusion. They all gave her a judging look, but that was given seeing how Haruka randomly butted in the conversation. However, Camille had a slightly shocked expression.
Crap! I'm embarrassing myself on the first day of school. Oh boy! Or more like, oh girl! Oh, is that true, my son?
You know what? I actually think that the three girls before are better looking than Amai-san. Yes. Don't know why, but whatever. Everyone looked at Camille for an answer, and without hesitation or modesty, Camille smiled slightly and replied,
Oh, do I have a little fun here in my class?
Haruka was taken aback and started blushing. But before Haruka could even answer, the crowd around Camille boasted in ape and swarmed Camille with a different set of questions.
So it's true! Oh my god! So make cake and stuff! Now that you say that, I think I remember hearing the name somewhere.
Bullshit.
My cakes must be incredible!
Haruka couldn't get past the wave of questions and had no choice but to leave the scene. She turned away from the group reluctantly and went to sit with Kaede, who was watching the ordeal from afar, giving Haruka a Cheshire cat smile as she walked near.
Oh, it wasn't a senpai that caught your eye? Oh, shut up! So it seems someone has something in common with you, eh? That's a lucky find. Good for you. Oh, come on, stop it. It was just a big surprise to find someone like her being in such a close reach to me. Haruka, you can't leave this old friend behind. I might be useless and talentless, but...
Haruka gave Kaede an unimpressed look.
Well, just don't forget about me when you two get married. Hey? Kaede!
Little did Haruka know that even with the bombardment of questions, she had piqued Camille's interest with her little outbreak. But Camille didn't bother pressing any further, for she just thinks of Haruka as nothing more than a fan that had probably just heard of her family name once or twice in magazines and interviews. She had more urgent tasks to worry about. Go on about the tasks, please. The bell rang, signaling the end of the class, and with it of the school day. Haruka could barely pay attention during her afternoon classes, what with her mind preoccupied with wanting to talk to Camille. As she was putting away her school supplies, she peered over to where Camille sat. She sat there in quiet elegance, swiftly but thoroughly placing each item in her bag.
Good, now's my chance to talk to her about cake making.
Haruka quickly got out of her seat and made her way over to Camille's desk. Tick, tick, tick. Camille was already standing when Haruka reached her, which made her appear far more intimidating.
Oh, if it is my little far from earlier. Did you also want to ask me some questions? It seems like you had something to say before. Eh? Yeah, I just want to say that I really enjoy the cakes you and your family make, both in looks and taste. You see, my family also runs a cakery, so I've always...
Cakery? I've never heard someone call it cakery.
So I've always been interested... Oh, your family also runs a pâtissier? No. It's just a regular caker, but we still make...
Camille's bright face quickly dimmed.
If it's not a pâtissier, then it's none of my concern. I only associate with the best, not second rates, who think their little rundown cakeries are worth anything.
Ooh, I don't like her already. Haruka was stunned. She watched her with her mouth wide agape, and as Camille strutted out of the classroom. Haruka was indeed devastated that her role model had technically shunned her, but soon that sadness turned into wrath.
Hey! Haruka!
Kaede came up to try to comfort Haruka, but as Kaede was about to grab her arm, Haruka shoved her away and stomped to the doorway, shouting towards Camille.
Hey, you pretentious princess, you're looking down on me now, but wait till I show you already all different. Go and kiss that fancy ass of your pâtissière, you condescending scum.
It created a big scene where nearly everyone in the class was in shock, including Kaede, where even for her it's a first hearing Haruka being this mad.
Let's go.
Haruka went back to her desk, grabbed her bag and left a blazing trail of fire behind her as she stormed out of the classroom and onto the road home. She was nearly halfway to her house when Kaede caught up with her.
Haruka, hold up.
Kaede wheezed heavily, obviously out of breath from chasing down Haruka.
You didn't have to run after me. I'm fine. No, you're not. Call an ambulance.
Haruka kept continuing to walk, disregarding Kaede. Haruka's mind was still bustling with angry comments that she wanted to say to Camille. After she realized that Kaede wasn't catching up, Haruka turned around to check up on her. She saw Kaede standing in the same spot, still trying to catch her breath. Seeing Kaede in such a helpless state, Haruka calmed down a bit and decided to go back to her.
Good. You okay? Honestly, you know I know athlete, Haruka. Sorry, I was really pissed. Gee, that girl really got you on your nerves, didn't she? That was honestly the first time I ever saw you get so angry.
Haruka's annoyed face returned once again.
Don't even remind me of her. I'm gonna kick her ass.
Or something like that. I imagine it is quite possible for her to say that now. I would not be surprised at all, to be honest. I mean, listen, looking down on someone like that because they are not like worldwide, whatever, is ridiculous. It is truly ridiculous. In my opinion, at least. Did I scroll back somehow? Haruka turned around and resumed her path home.
Well, too bad, cause you gotta face her every single day from now on. Or at least until we graduate. Or maybe if we switch classes next year, you might be able to lessen the amount of times you see her. I just can't believe she outright looked down on me like that. That was so unnecessary. My dreams of becoming friends with her are completely shattered.
Why would you want to become friends with her? What?
Just think of what happened makes me so angry.
Haruka began speeding up again, making Kaede's skull need to catch up with her.
Then why don't you prove her wrong? Kaede, the thing is, I can't. Come on, don't belittle yourself like that. She's the granddaughter of an elite-class cake maker. I'm just from a cake shop located at a small district shopping mall. What happened to I'll show you we're no different. Yeah, you know I just said that on impulse. Well then, you gotta live up to your words now, don't you? What's said has been said. She probably didn't even hear it. The whole school probably heard it. I'll deal with it some other day.
The two then arrived in front of Kaede's house.
Well, time for me to go. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. After saying their temporary goodbyes, Haruka then walked alone back home, still trying to wrap her head around the condescending remarks from her so-called role model. Well, it's no longer a role model. I hope. The week went by without any further conflict between Haruka and Camille. However, it was obvious Haruka had not forgotten that one day, from the intense glare she held towards Camille. Kaede herself, who sat behind Haruka, felt it the most.
Haruka, are you feeling alright?
Yeah, wouldn't I be?
It just seems like lately you've been staring daggers at Camille. I don't think she really cares, but the rest of the class is starting to take notice.
Well, they should just mind their own business.
Look, I know I told you to prove her wrong and whatnot, but this is not what I meant by that.
I know, which is why I prepared the perfect plan to do so.
Haruka's expression changed from total contempt to a jovial smile.
Okay, you're obviously thinking up something stupid.
You say it now, but once the next class starts, you'll think of me as a genius.
Why? What's our next class?
Foods, and I hear we're baking today. And at that point I will challenge Camille to a cake-off and show her my family's cakes are just as good as hers.
Are you really ready for that?
Are you sure the teacher will allow you to do that? 'Cause we do have a predetermined lesson.
You'll be fine, don't worry. And so it begins.
Good. I also repeat this over and over, but I wish this was like an international thing. Why do they not teach cooking and so on in classes? Dude, Poland, come on. Get rid of religion, we don't need this as a subject. Put in cooking. God damn it. Honestly, like, religion is so unnecessary of a subject. No one needs it. The teacher laughed as the students protested. But at the word of cakes, both Haruka and Camille's ears perked up.
What a chance! I guess even fate wants us to compete with each other.
Haruka snickered and shot a glance at Camille, who was already staring at Haruka with subtle dagger eyes.
It'll be in groups of 4. In other words, with the people that you're at your station with, and you have 45 minutes to prep and bake the cake together.
She then handed out the instructions sheet to each of the students and directed them to the ingredients on the table up front.
All the ingredients are up here. Please line up properly when getting them, so there won't be any barging or pushing. Again, you have 45 minutes, but slow and steady wins the race.
45 minutes.
Easy. And go!
Shokugeki.
Let's go. Each of the students took their time to read through the instruction sheet, but being the eager beavers they were, Haruka and Camille were already a step ahead of the rest and dashed to the ingredients table. The whole class stared in awe as the two blazed across the table, gathering ingredients at the speed of light.
Looks like I can just sit back and relax.
The room was soon heated up by Haruka and Camille's competitive drive. Come on, Haruka, capital letter, come on. As Kaede predicted, the rest of the team didn't really do much besides watch the interesting match that was going on. You know what would be funny? Like, there would be like some kind of third contender that they don't notice at all, and that person would win. Anyway, both their cakes were sent to the oven at the same time, the two sweating slightly after the little workout they had. Camille walked over confidently to confront Haruka about the cakes.
Hey, do you think you're a match for me, bumpkin?
I'll show you, you brat.
Teacher!
What is it, Amai-san?
Do you mind being the judge and see which cake tastes better, mine or Koyama-san's?
Oh, was this a competition from his start? No wonder you two were on a roll. Sure, why not? Find out if they taste the difference, seeing that the instructions I gave you were the same.
They didn't follow the instructions, right? It was said, once the cakes were done baking, the teacher would be judging which one would win. And both Haruka and Camille were confident that it was theirs that was going to be victorious. The cakes were taken out and cut, with a slice on a plate side by side. Haruka and Camille stood at their respective plates and awaited their judgment. It struck an interest in the rest of the class as well, which caused a whole crowd to gather around.
The appearance of both cakes looks pretty decent.
Dear, I'm surprised Camille is not like, decent? What do you mean by that? I wouldn't be surprised if Camille was like that. Anyway, the teacher examined the slices, carefully judging the looks first. Now let's have a taste of Amai-san's first. She look... Oh, it's a female teacher as well. Whoops. Let's pretend it's an old teacher. Oh, Amai-san. She took only one bite and gleefully enjoyed the slice. So. Amai-san's cake is delightfully well made. The cake is not too hard and not too moist. Just perfect. Good job on that. Camille gave a smug little grin at Haruka, which Haruka returned with an annoyed expression. Next up was Haruka's cake. Haruka's palms were sweaty as she had them clenched into fists from the nervousness. Let's see if Koyama-san is on par on that or not. Haruka got this was the breakthrough she needed to prove Camille wrong, and she was just anticipating the moment when she could show the evidence that she's just as good in her face. However, everything went wrong. The teacher had a sore look on her face. And at that moment, Haruka's heart literally skipped a beat as she donned on an exasperated expression. The teacher quickly grabbed a drink of water and laughed lightheartedly. Koyama-san, you must have mistook sugar for salt. Oh, snap. Haruka officially died on the inside. Hey? No, that can't be. Haruka confirmed the truth by taking a bite of the slice. To Haruka's dismay, the teacher wasn't joking around. Right then, the last bell rang, indicating the end of the school day. Oh, it's that time already. Alright, I hope you guys find a fun day, and be prepared for next week's class. Anyone else think that there was a swap in her ingredients? Because I have doubts if she would mistake those two. Yeah, I think there was a swap. Someone played dirty. Yes, I'm gonna be thinking exactly that here. Everyone began leaving the classroom, but the teacher caught the two competitors before leaving. Haruka was shut inside and began leaving the classroom, walking behind Camille. Maybe next time, pumpkin. Oh no, that can't be how good I am. Where do you two think you're going? I thought Haruka and a satisfied Camille looked back as the teacher grabbed their shoulders. You guys still have a big mess to clean up. She pointed at the stations that they were using. Please clean it until it's spotless before leaving. She gave both them a smile, but it seems that she wasn't pleased with the battlefield-like kitchen counters. Haruka and Camille had no choice but to comply. The entirety of the time, the two cleaned in silence. From afar, Camille could see Haruka had already lost her spirit as she cleaned. Huh, it was her fault for making a competition out of this. If she hadn't, she would have been able to bake the cake correctly and... Clank! Camille's thoughts were interrupted when Haruka dropped a mixing bowl on the floor. Haruka slowly picked it up and put it in the sink as with the other utensils. Camille watched Haruka peacefully and just couldn't take the negative aura anymore. Hey! Stop mulling over, will you? You're going to make the breast soon. Haruka glared at Camille. She opened her mouth to say something but decided to ignore Camille. Good. Keep it like that. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to start a competition. Don't listen to her. Hey, I just wanted to prove you wrong. Haruka shouted over the running Fuse. Okay, it was supposed to be shout, sorry. Maybe if you hadn't looked down on me so much. I just want to talk to you. Gee! What? Nothing. Haruka continued to wash, as there was nothing else better to say to Camille. The silence advanced with just the sound of running water. That went on for a good 30 minutes until it was time to wipe the countertop. But think your techniques with how you made your cake and the fact that you weren't any slower than I was, it seems that you do have some skill. Haruka pretended to not pay any attention, but couldn't help wanting to hear more praise. I did say my family runs a cake shop. Yes, you did. And I remember clearly. Haruka was having a difficulty figuring out what to say. It seems like Camille was being nicer to her than she used to be. What is going on? I guess I proved something to her, at the very least. And I'm sorry. Haruka froze on spot. Hey? Did you hear that right? Camille was hesitantly trying to speak and looked to the side, trying to avoid eye contact. I didn't really mean to say those kinds of things about you. I'm just not used to... Okay, she's not used to contact with people. Gotcha. Something like that? Also, I'm sorry for thinking you swapped her ingredients. Whoops. It's okay. Haruka went back to wiping the table as she spoke.
I don't think I can blame you for looking down me like that. You're from a pretty prestigious family. Are you not?
Camille couldn't find the words to respond.
And I guess I was ahead of myself trying to be on your level. But I was just trying to defeat and defend my status. I don't want to be seen as a second-rate baker. It's just that I've been told to be the best of the best, and I can't settle for anything less, but to be honest, I did think you were second-rate for a bit. Yeah, you rich people want to be at the very top at what's not. You guys have a reputation to owe. I've already shown you that I can be around your level, kind of, haven't I? That's why to me now, you're 1.5 rate.
Huh? Camille sneered quietly. What? Haruka decided to let it drop and laugh at it.
Someday then. Someday I'll get to where you're at.
Camille was amused once again.
Oh, I'll be waiting. I don't want to mistake salt for sugar when the time comes.
Pfft, salt for sugar.
Oh yeah, there was the title like that, right? It was the title, From Salt to Sugar. What the hell? Their relationship is kind of switching that way as well, right? First salt, now kind of sugary, maybe? Anyway, it was the first time that Haruka has seen Camille laugh, and it surely was a sight. It was a completely different image than the usual Camille, who always looked so stern and uptight. The sight was so dazzling that Haruka stood speechless.
I still can't believe you used salt instead of sugar. How salty was the cake?
Just a little bit.
No, you barely could actually feel it. It's probably because I was in a hurry.
Camille was wiping the tears of joy from her eyes. Then again, if you think about it, I mean not directly into a cake, right? But if you get like a sweet cake and add on top some kind of salty additions, that would be good for sure, I think. I mean, to be fair, like combining sweet and salty, it's pretty good. Then again, I'm thinking right now, like, let's say milk, chocolate, plus popcorn, right? Dude, it's such a good combo. Anywho, Camille was wiping the tears of joy from her ears. From her ears? What the fuck am I saying? From her eyes.
That's why you have to take things one step at a time. It's hard to focus when you're overexcited and in a rush. I learned that the hard way. One step at a time, huh?
Camille placed the rug back on the hook and headed for the door.
Hey, you're faster at cleaning than I thought you'd be. Huh? What do you mean by that? I thought you'd have maids to clean up after you. I'm not a princess, you know. Well then, I'll be heading out.
Camille stopped at the door for one last word.
And thanks for the fun today. Hey?
However, she walked away before Haruka could respond. That punk.
No problem.
Oi, what's up, Lynx here? Well, first of all, this is not happening often lately, I know. In front of a webcam. Yeah, I know, I'm aware, I'm sorry. It only happens on streams. So the game came out a bit lengthier than I expected, and because of that it will be divided into a few episodes. I think three episodes. At least when I'm preparing the first one. I totally expected this to be like one episode long. It's not. So yes, I believe it will be 3. That's why this video right now is cut. We'll continue in the next episode, of course. Hope you enjoyed. Consider liking the video. Yes, this is a sentence, but I'm actually repeating now at the end of the videos. It feels weird, but I think I'll keep doing that. What do you guys think of the Shokugeki? Ah, the Shokugeki in bakery. Not bad. What do you guys think for? What do you think about the girls? Also, after you say that to me, hopefully, consider subscribing if you haven't already. We've reached the 2000, which is wonderful. Now for the 2.5. I think we can get there. I think we can. So every subscription will definitely be helpful. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram in the description. If you're into that stuff, follow me there. As you might have noticed, I'm uploading on YouTube the VODs. If you want to see live, go to Twitch. Fridays and Saturdays, like midnight after midnight of Central European time, I'm there from time to time. What else? I think that's about it. That's about it. Hope you all have a wonderful day. And feel free to drop by in the next video as well. Yep. Bye bye.